Since the end of the 2021 bull run, the crypto markets crashed, but in this past year, we've seen the start to a path of recovery. So with 2024 right around the corner, I think it's important to discuss which cryptocurrencies are the ones that you should consider to invest in next. We'll be going over all of the updated news, talk about the fundamentals of the crypto, and also give you a brief breakdown regarding the technicals of the crypto so you at least have a good idea on the entry point. Let's start with Bitcoin, still currently the #1 cryptocurrency within the charts, which hit a low of $15,500. But even just a year later, right now, this asset is up 67% at over $26,000. This means if you invested $1,000 into Bitcoin a year ago, it would be worth approximately $1,600 today. That right there is a 67% upside, even through what experts have called this to being one of the worst bear markets in the history of crypto. Not only that, but let's not forget, Bitcoin actually hit an all-time high of over $69,000 back on November 8th of 2021. This means if we ever get back to those same levels again, $1,000 invested into Bitcoin when it was at its low of $15,500 would be worth approximately $4,300 if we return back to those same levels. By now, you should have a pretty good idea of what Bitcoin is. After all, I've talked about it probably 100 different times on this channel. More specifically, I wanted to focus though on why the use case of Bitcoin is more relevant than it ever has before. This is because Bitcoin was initially created to be an electronic peer-to-peer cash system, but it turns out that it also attracted many investors as it being a store of value currency. In the past 3 to 5 years, we've seen money getting printed by the feds at an unbelievable amount. In just 2021 alone, over $13 trillion was printed out of thin air, and just last month, it was announced that the US national debt hit $33 trillion for the first time in history. With all that debt that is now circulating throughout the country, it has resulted in some of the worst inflation we've seen in our lifetime. Even in Q4, with interest rates being at a 22-year high, our monthly inflation isn't looking so great either. Just from June of this year, we've had our inflation rate jump from 3% to now still 3.7% without an end to sight. Considering that the Federal Reserve's inflation goal was actually at 2%, I think it's safe to say that we're still moving in the wrong direction. When you start to realize how flawed our monetary system has become and how easy it is for the government to manipulate the currency we use, the importance of decentralized currency, then what we refer to Bitcoin becomes the solution that makes the most amount of sense. On top of the current world monetary circumstance, Bitcoin still has the first market mover advantage because it was the first cryptocurrency to ever come out. As a result, Bitcoin is known worldwide. It has strong brand recognition and it still has loyalty from the crypto industry as the #1 crypto to exist. Among the vast ocean of over 16,000 assets, Bitcoin impressively holds its grounds, ranking 13 in terms of market cap against all the other world assets. Now here's why Bitcoin is still the #1 crypto on my list. Bitcoin is one of the few cryptocurrency that is officially labeled as a commodity by both the SEC and the CFTC. Now this distinction here is important just because the sales of security are often heavily regulated, and we've also seen a lot of external manipulation happening within those assets. Even right now, throughout this bear market where it seems like no one anymore is interested into crypto, we're actually still seeing an increase in demand globally for Bitcoin as more countries and organizations begin adopting it as additional national currencies. Don't forget about El Salvador, which made Bitcoin legal tender, but let's zoom back in to even the United States, where our version of Bitcoin getting adopted more and more comes through the aspect of the Bitcoin spot ETF. Large money managers like BlackRock, Fidelity, Valkyrie, and ARK Investments have all decided to pitch the SEC their application on having a Bitcoin-owned ETF. Now, as demand continues to increase globally and within the US for Bitcoin, one aspect that has been helping the price of Bitcoin even stay afloat during these times is the fact that it is still considered to be a deflationary asset. This is because Bitcoin does something every 4 years where it's called the Bitcoin halving, where the amount of Bitcoin awarded to miners is reduced by half until all 21 million Bitcoins have eventually become mined. This mechanism here helps Bitcoin to become a more inflation-resistant resource. By the way, the next Bitcoin halving is expected to occur during April of 2024, where we're going to see the reduction of the block rewards go from 6.25 Bitcoin to 3.125 Bitcoin. And this is where I possibly believe is going to be the start to the next bull run. All in all, if you want to have exposure within the crypto markets, I still personally believe that Bitcoin is going to be the safest bet to do that with still decent marginal upside. upside. Taking a look at the weekly chart, Bitcoin currently has had a healthy bounce off the $25,000 support level, but then got rejected at the $28,000 resistance level. The catalyst to keep an eye out for would be the Bitcoin ETF getting approved, which could send Bitcoin upwards to $30,000, especially as we get more confirmation that we're coming out of a recession. A lot of things are still up in the air, but if you're playing this as a long-term game, I believe that you still have a great buying opportunity here, especially when we look towards the future of where Bitcoin will be at 5 to 10 years from now. The way I also see it is that Bitcoin's potential downside from here is returning back to previous support levels, and I give this like a 20% chance of it happening again, but still there's a higher percentage chance that we will just slow roll to the upside. On the off chance I'm completely wrong and Bitcoin flash crashes again down to the $15,000 level, I believe that is going to be the best buying opportunity that we can see opening up for anyone who is a long-term holder. Now, by the way, if you're looking to trade Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like the one we'll mention today, be sure to check out the Discord group down below in the description, where we have several qualified and profitable trading analysts, where one of them is even on a 16 trade winning streak on Bitcoin since the beginning of August. Collectively, amongst those 16 trades, the ROI is just shy of 800%. And if you've ever wanted to make money from investing, get an idea from some of these trade alerts, be sure to check us out down below in the description. My analysts include the entry price, the stop loss price, the take profit price, and explanations as to why the trade was made. If you're looking for community and direction from others within the space, I'd love for you guys to join. By the way, for whatever reason you're not satisfied, we also have a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can join risk-free and get your refund if it wasn't what you were looking for. All that comes to you, no questions asked. Brian, I just want it back because I'm broke. Sure, get it back. Now, the second cryptocurrency on my list for today is gonna be Ethereum. Ethereum is currently the second largest cryptocurrency in the world by total market cap, and there are still pretty good reasons for that. While Bitcoin may be better known and have a larger market share, many people, even now, still agree that Ethereum takes the prize for popularity and will still provide even higher returns than Bitcoin over time. My favorite analogy for this is Bitcoin being like gold and Ethereum being used like silver, where silver is more commonly used in everyday items, where it has more versatility, more function, unlike gold. Now, since Ethereum is the foundation network for so many projects and for most of the big NFTs as well, a lot of people justify that Ethereum is going to have a bigger opportunity than Bitcoin, and one day that it could even flip Bitcoin in market cap. If we consider the fact that Ethereum also had 338% more transactions in 2022 than Bitcoin, we then begin to get a bit more clarity on that claim. Where I'm most bullish about Ethereum is going to be the use case and fundamentals. Ethereum recently had a major network update where they transitioned from a proof of work consensus model over into proof of stake, where Ethereum has now reduced its inflation rate to the point where it's now considered to be deflationary as well. This upgrade also resulted in Ethereum diminishing its carbon footprint on the world, making it about 99.9% more energy efficient, and the average Ethereum gas is currently at its lowest point since November of 2022. With these new upgrades coming out, there's an increased earning potential for Ethereum owners, as the new version promises even more passive income, as people can now stake their Ethereum and earn a higher yield. Ethereum also maintains its position as a top altcoin due to its unmatched utility of its network. The Ethereum blockchain has launched more cryptocurrency projects than any other blockchain in the world. As of May 2023, Ethereum has now built over 3,500 different projects with a total value lock of $32 billion amongst its layer 1 solution. I also want to mention the main narrative behind the previous bull run was that there's so many Ethereum killers. Different tokens were just making it their mission to replace Ethereum, and this just shows that Ethereum is still to be one of the top contenders when other projects were consistently trying to match or beat the standard that they set. Ethereum today is sitting at around $1,500 with a previous all-time high of $4,800, meaning it's down about 68%. If Ethereum goes back to its previous all-time high, it would go back to 215% in gains. I think no matter what, Ethereum is still a great safe play compared to a lot of these smaller cap altcoins, and this is always a position that I've had a majority of my bag sitting in as well. Even though NFTs, metaverse, and all that stuff is rather flat, I do believe that in the next bull run, we could see a resurface of this and thus pushing up the price of Ethereum naturally as well. Now, the third cryptocurrency on my list, it's still a bit of a controversial one, and that's going to be Ripple's XRP. For anyone who doesn't doesn't know, XRP is the native cryptocurrency, the Ripple payment protocol, which is a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network. Now, the XRP's token is best known for its ability to facilitate fast and low-cost international transactions. Unlike many projects out there, XRP is not actively mined with new tokens coming into circulation. Instead, it was predetermined that it has a total supply of just 100 billion tokens. Over the past few years, XRP faced one major obstacle, and that was a legal battle against the SEC. If you're in the crypto space, you would have heard about this probably a gazillion times, but just in case you're a crypto newbie and you're hearing about this for the first time, all you need to know is that back in 2020, the SEC initiated the first major cryptocurrency lawsuit against Ripple and the creator of the XRP token. The agency here claimed that XRP is by definition a security, and thus Ripple Labs was selling unregistered securities, leading to the lawsuit. Now, it wasn't until a few months ago, or 3 years after this had first started, where a judge has now ruled in favor of Ripple Labs, stating that XRP token was indeed not a security. Now, the judgment on this was made in terms of retail sales on XRP. So basically, sales of between people like you and I getting involved. But when it comes to institutional investors, the judge actually ruled that Ripple Labs still may have been in violation of security laws there. Now, even though this was considered to be a partial victory, nonetheless, it was a huge win for the entire crypto market. After the announcement of this being made, XRP even jumped 100% in a single day and has since been slowly moving back to where it was previous to the court ruling. Now, the best part is that the SEC was also so blindsided by this decision that they even appealed the judge's ruling, and it was later rejected, which reaffirms the strength that Ripple had in their case. After the news settled, crypto exchanges that had previously delisted XRP added that token back onto their platform. So whether it's Coinbase or Binance or KuCoin, you're gonna now be able to buy, trade, and sell XRP since the legal decision in court has been made. On top of the major legal battle win, XRP Ledger has insanely low transaction fees, and this is why a lot of people really believed in the project. So XRP's Ledger has been operating reliably since 2012 and has now closed over 80 million ledgers. With all that said, XRP now has the ability to function more like an actual currency than many other tokens in the market. Apart from the technology, Ripple is also known for having a very strong, passionate community that stands proudly behind the project and team. From just even witnessing how supportive the XRP community was throughout this entire legal battle, I'm very bullish on this project here. Right now, XRP is sitting at about 48 cents. Its all-time high was over $3, and it's still down about 85%. If XRP goes back to its previous all-time high, it would give you a return of 589% from the time of filming this video. Now, the fourth cryptocurrency on my list for today is going to be a coin that I've talked a lot about, and there's for good reason too. This is Cardano. So Cardano is arguably one of the most prominent and popular Ethereum killer coins in the crypto market today. It has a current market cap of $8.6 billion, and it's currently ranked as the 8th largest cryptocurrency in the world. Ironically enough, the Cardano project was actually founded by Ethereum's co-founder, Charles Hoskinson. Now, it turns out Charles Hoskinson has been working endlessly to make sure that Cardano continues to stay as a top competitor, even for when the next bull market comes around. Now, similar to Ethereum after the merge, Cardano uses a proof-of-stake blockchain platform with the goal of allowing innovators and visionaries to bring about positive global change. That right there is a mission statement that they've been carrying along with them for many, many years. Now, what I love about Cardano is that it's demonstrated a ton of practical applications across a diverse range of industries, including real estate, agriculture, retail, and even the education space. Now, on top of all that, Cardano also offers a solution to inflationary pressures faced by fiat and digital currencies with its hard set and fixed limit of 45 billion tokens. Out of those 45 billion minted tokens, only 36 billion are left in the total supply after token burns. And as we've discussed many times on this channel, a currency that can be infinitely produced by those in control will never be a reliable source of value. So Cardano is the exact opposite of that. They have a source of value that's limited. Not only that, but Cardano has also showed many times that it can handle large number of transactions, while Ethereum is still limited in its capacity if we were to compare these two assets. Scalability is a very important aspect of being able to double down on what we believe is going to be the next pop in cryptocurrency, because if it can't process transactions and this space continues to grow over the next 5 to 10 years, we could begin to see other projects getting phased out. Now, this is where Cardano really shines. So take, for example, Bitcoin, where it can only process about 7 transactions per second, or take as an example Ethereum, where it can process about 15 to 30 transactions per second. Cardano can now process up to 250 transactions a second, showcasing the ever-growing utility that Cardano has within the space. 3 more simple reasons why I love Cardano. They're energy efficient, they're constantly upgrading their network and their project, and last but not least, they are still moving forward in their roadmap. Right now, Cardano is in their 4th stage called Basho, which is all about scaling and adding interoperability to their network, and the 5th and last stage of their roadmap is going to be Voltaire, and this is going to be all about optimizing Cardano's governance towards decentralization and becoming more self-sustainable. Now, Cardano's current price, it's at a quarter, all right, literally 25 cents right now. All-time high was over $3. It's down about 91%. So if it went back to its previous all-time high, you'd be seeing an upside of over 1,112%. Now, the 5th and final crypto on my list is going to be Cosmos, also known as Atom. Atom is the native utility and governance token of the Cosmos Hub, and one of their most popular features is their proof-of-stake consensus model that allows token holders to stake their Atom to take part in validating transactions. This is very similar to what Ethereum and Cardano can also do, but what I really love about Atom is the fact that you can usually earn a bigger yield with this cryptocurrency compared to some of the other ones. To give you an example of the passive income earning potential, I've staked my Atom for the last few years, and I've been earning anywhere from 10 to even 12% APY, where even on my Coinbase account, I've netted over $1,400 in passive income just by locking up my Atom. Now, I know $1,400 isn't going to be life-changing money, but it's still just free money that allows me to have a better peace of mind, the fact that I can combat inflation just a little bit and my investments are still working for me. As an investor, this token here has been pretty attractive, but it's also a solid choice for Web3 developers and innovators. Now, although I'm not a blockchain engineer, I do know this: Atom continues to aim towards making blockchain technology less complex and difficult for decentralized application engineers and developers through something called their Tendermint engine. Without getting too technical, the Tendermint engine here is the part of the network that allows developers to build blockchain without having to code them from scratch. Instead, developers can use chunks of code that already exist, and I think of it as if I'm trying to build like a Squarespace website where I can drop different templates, and the process of it is just a lot easier. Lastly, we can't discuss Atom without mentioning the Cosmos Hub, which is also referred to as the Internet of Blockchains. This hub here allows for blockchain networks to be able to communicate with each other, also known as interoperability. Look, as the future progresses, it's very unlikely we just have one cryptocurrency that everyone uses and rules them all. It's most likely we're going to have a variety of cryptocurrencies that all need to be working together to be able to move the entire space forward. With a project like Atom that already has a base fundamental in the idea of interoperability with other companies, tokens, projects working together, I think that alone right there is very bullish. Now, Cosmos today is sitting at $6.32. The all-time high price was $47.13. It's down about 87%. And if it went back to that previous all-time high, it would be sitting at 645% increase in gains. So ladies and gents, that right there is going to be my top 5 crypto picks going into the new year and hopefully for 2024. I still personally think right now we're seeing great buying opportunities, especially if you are a long-term holder. If you happen to be a short-term holder or you want to get back into the space now, be sure to check out our community down below. We'd love for you guys to join because we know throughout these bear markets, this is the most important and critical time for you to have the most experience and time within the market. A lot of people make the mistake of joining during the bull market, and we are prepping things now so that when the bull market comes, you guys are going to be flourishing with the amount of money that you have. And when I be tossing out words like flourishing, just know it's about to be crazy. So we're setting ourselves up for success. I'd love for you guys to do the same as well. We have a great money back guarantee policy. I'd love for you guys to just check it out and join. Link is down below. Thank you all so much again for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button if you guys did find any value at all. And if you guys want to see more videos just like this, let us know down below in the comments.